And welcome, boys and girls, to another episode of Business Party Podcast. We're here to talk about.
Tuesday.
Well, it's Wednesday.
This is,
We need-
okay. You know what?
All men and women created by
There.
go. You know the thing.
Okay.
What?
This
We
is
all
gonna
got the soundboards going. But yeah, welcome to another Wednesday where we're going to be talking about some shit that's going on with the border and whatnot, and what we think might be happening here in the future. But how have you guys been? Was a
okay.
long stream this weekend for some Helldivers. That was
Oh
fucking
my
wild.
God. Dude, that I've been trying to
That
catch
was
up on
fun.
sleep since we've had that stream, to be honest with you. But like, what was it 6.5 hours?
Oh
Yeah,
well.
something like that.
But once I got my controls figured out, it was a lot easier.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, was it? But yeah, no, it was fun. We had a great time.
Hell yeah.
I'm looking forward to doing it again. I'm kind of like not weirded out, but kind of weirded out to do it by myself. Know what I mean? I'm kind of like not scared, but like scared to go on by myself because like you guys, I have you guys with me, and I get left in the dust as it is with you guys. That I get David, don't do that, David. No, David, no, come back here, David, stop, don't throw that, David, don't do that. And I'm just like, I'm like a child, like, yeah, look, robots. Hey
Look at
guys,
all this shit everywhere.
I'm going. But
Yeah,
listen,
well,
to be
there's a
honest,
lot of shit to do in every map too. Like if you really
Yes.
want to get shit done.
but for me it works. I don't know how it works, but for me, most of the times it works. Where I'm just dodging shit, and because like that's the way I play Call of Duty. Is like most people run away from the bullets. I'm running towards the bullet and running
Yeah, dude.
because to be honest with you, that's the way. Like in real life, that's what you're supposed to do. They tell you actually if you run towards the person with the gun, like they don't know like most people don't know how to shoot correctly, and so they
Well,
they
you're
probably
also
won't.
talking about a video game too, so you know.
Love you too,
Yeah.
buddy. Yeah, Amanda said, "Wait till tomorrow; she'll catch up." Yeah, so that's the reason why I was kind of like almost late. I went to go get her a monitor that I got from Facebook Marketplace, and of course, everybody's like, "Yeah, I can meet you like 6:15, 25 minutes away," and I'm like, "Okay, let's do this." So I got her
Yeah,
her second
100
screen. Hey,
miles
buddy.
an hour.
Yes, I got her second screen, but we got one screen today at the store. So when tomorrow comes, she'll be ready to start possibly jamming on some games with us, and I can't wait. I'm so
Very
excited.
nice.
Yeah,
that'll
I
be
finally-
fun to have a four.
I-
Just like
I-
a 4-man crew.
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah, I
four
finally, like,
person.
I listen. I ordered it for her because she's one of those people that if you don't order it for her, she's gonna keep waiting back and forth and whether or not she's gonna do it, whether she's gonna do it, whether she's not gonna do it. So I'm like, fuck it.
My
I
wife
ordered
does
it.
that.
She's like, why? I'm like, because you're not gonna do it.
Because
Yeah, you're not gonna fucking do it. So I'll just fucking do it. And
If I can't talk her into it, and if it's something she needs or wants, if I can't talk her into it, I'll just get it. Yeah.
and I bought the first Helldivers. Pretty damn dope. It's harder actually in ways because you're not like you can't move as fast, and it like Helldivers 2 is a little bit easier, but it's still hard. A little bit easier to maneuver around or whatever else, but it's a dope game. It's funny because it's just top style. So it feels like you're playing a fucking arcade game. It's pretty dope though.
it's kind of arcadish a little. Sometimes when it like
Yeah.
skips on the screen, it kind of looks a little arcadish. But that's one of the things I like about it. It's kind of a retro new game.
Mhm.
If you kind of think of it. But yeah, I
I
like
love
it.
how cinematic the game is. It's
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah, it is. I just don't like how slow you run, and then all of a
Oh,
sudden,
yeah.
and I don't like the fact that they could just change the mode on you in the middle of the game. Because that last game we were playing, all of a sudden we're
Yeah,
running through it,
well,
and we're just doing so great on medium, and then next thing you know, we have the entire fucking Terminator squad on our asshole. They just keep dropping people, just boats and boats or ships and ships of
Well,
people just
it's
drop
because,
down on you, like.
it's because I unlocked harder or challenging, something like that. And then when I unlocked it, it just set it to that. So then the next one we went in, and that's whenever I think Senpai was like, "Yeah, we're gonna do this on challenging." I was like, "What?" Oh, it said it there.
Huh?
Oh, okay.
But I looked at it later on and it said medium. And then I was
We
like,
were on
"But-"
challenging for one of them because that was one of the ones we
Yeah,
lost.
that was that first one, and then we had like a match or two more. And that
Yeah.
last match, I know we were on medium. I checked it, and
Oh
just,
no shit.
we were right outside the call down, like
Okay.
200, roughly around
Yeah.
100 meters or so away from the call down, and they just kept dropping right there. They would not let us go.
They weren't they weren't having it.
Well, there is that little, apparently the devs do get involved in the game. Like they will help you out or they will just screw you over completely. Maybe we had one of them moments and didn't know it.
That is
Because
true.
there was no way. I was just like mowing them down and they just still kept coming.
Kept coming,
like,
especially if it was on medium. Like
Right.
we were smashing medium ones with all of us.
And I do challenging all the time. I may pump it up if I want to go a little bit harder, but I do challenging all the time with the 2-3 man crews that actually half know what they're doing. You can go
Yeah.
through them like that. But to reach that on medium and it's still just like it was worse than challenging, dude. They use the same units as medium, but it just flooded.
Right.
Like I even looked at my map one time and it just lit up red.
just red
and
like
that was just
everywhere.
like,
You're like, oh
what?
man.
How the fuck did this happen?
Might as well drop a nuke on myself and then hopefully I get reinforced.
So it could have been one of those ones where they just come around and just like, yeah, these guys are cool. They're having fun. There's no comms going on, but they seem to be working together. Just fuck them up.
Fuck them up. Yeah.
I wanted
Which
to
if
come
that-
in here and play.
Which I'm not gonna lie, if that's what happened or if they do that still, that's kind of cool. I give them props
mean,
for that.
yeah.
Just going in and fucking with people. I like that.
All I know is that at one point when you two were done and I just had to go by myself, I just felt like I just kept just running, just it's just like, guys, I need help. Nope, sorry, Davey, I still got 1:20. Guys.
That is how it is too with that on the fucking on the automatons. It's fucking lasers everywhere. That shit's wild.
We'll see with the bugs that you fight with. It's not that way. It's just more like controlling a swarm type situation.
Yeah.
And with the robots, it's like actually shooting people, groups of people with tanks and shit like that. Like they're
Yeah.
more militaristic.
And
whereas the
they
bugs
should
are
be
just a
bringing in the
swarm.
third. They should be bringing in the third crew soon, the Illuminate or whatever. Because I haven't fought
yeah.
them yet in Helldivers 1. I just started doing missions in that, but we're gonna see a third enemy soon enough.
Can't
It'll
wait.
be fun. Well, what's up, guys? How you doing?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry, we're enough nerd talk now for a little bit.
Listen, so tax day was this week.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know if you guys saw the video of the lady who was filming the people at Atlanta
Mhm.
trying to
No, I don't think so.
So this is I know. Remember when we all know my fucking tax situation, right?
Yeah.
Right. That was the precursor to what is fucking going on, dude. That is the precursor to what is going on because now what happened in Atlanta is that these people, they had to go to the Atlanta IRS building and show their ID to get their taxes back. So, hold on, here it is. I'm going to share this really quickly because this was just wrong one. I was like, holy shit.
Where was this again?
Atlanta.
So that's Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hotlanta.
This is the line. Of course, it's going to be some foolishness. This is the line for everybody that needs to verify their taxes. And then it goes, it's around the corner. If you can see over there, it's around the corner. They trying to tell people to go home. They finna have some problems. These people been standing in line. They cussing, they fussing. They got that poor security over there trying to handle this crowd. I don't know. This don't look like it's gonna turn out good. It don't look good at all.
You think?
It don't look good at all. These people,
Right.
they is finna try to tell these people that have been standing here. I'm finna walk around the corner so I can show y'all.
Remember when they said if black people don't get guns, when as soon as black people get guns, they're gonna change the laws? Well, if you don't give black
Right.
people their taxes back, they're gonna be some fucking riots, son. They're gonna be some riots.
Yes.
Look,
It
They
should get
finna-
wild.
guys.
I'm trying to tell these people.
We don't need to go ahead. We don't need to see like, but this
No,
look.
I
I
mean-
just want to show the people the line.
Like,
Just-
you are right. That is a sign of things to come right now because
Right.
they are literally stealing people's taxes for fucking migrants now. Let's
Yeah.
just be honest. That's our biggest expenditure in these areas.
Look at that. Look at this line.
That's ridiculous, dude.
And this
And
they
all
opened
they
up.
have to do is prove themselves. Ladies, and
Mhm.
you remember what I was bringing up last time, Davey?
About what the IDs and stuff like that for voting.
Look
Mhm.
at look at all that racism happening. They have to use IDs just to
I
get their
yeah.
stuff.
Wait. Weren't IDs racist?
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Look at all that racism happening. I mean, Jesus.
But this
Jesus.
is so. This is the girl explaining what's going on,
I wanted to come on.
and this is and I looked into it because there's a news article from Atlanta about this.
And give y'all an update. I'm glad I got that filter, that ugly little weird looking filter off of me. But anyway, so let me tell y'all what happened today. And I'm just using this comment for no particular reason. I just randomly picked it because it's pertaining to what I'm about to say. So, an update on the whole video the other day about the IRS. So today I called, and of course I was on hold for like 45 minutes the first time to get to speak to someone.
Remember when I said I kept being on hold and being on hold and transferring and transferring and transferring? Everybody's going through this now.
So she verified me. I'm thinking she's gonna verify me and let my stuff
Did
go
you
through.
have to
So she
verify your
verified me as my
identity?
mom name.
Yeah, multiple times. Multiple times. Every single time I called, not only do you go through the automation, which, by the way, with the automation, it doesn't give you, you have to know where to go with the automation because it doesn't tell you if you want to just talk to somebody. It won't let you press 0. It won't let you do any of that. You have to know which one and listen to specific keywords in the automation to actually get to somebody. If you put that you want to make an appointment, it'll send you to somebody who will make an appointment for you. And if you tell them you don't need an appointment, they will basically hang up on you. You say, I just want to know where my taxes are. And they will basically like, well, there's nothing we can do.
Name, my daddy name, my city, all the stuff to verify. After I told her the situation that happened on Saturday, where I wasn't even able to get close to getting through the line. And so basically she was like, okay, well, if they sent you the letter saying you have to come in person, then that's what it is. I said, well, help me understand, because I have did the ID me verify. I have verified in person like 3 years ago. And I said, I actually still, have the ID me thing. And I'm willing to do a call, virtual call, whatever. I said, I just want to know if there are alternatives versus going back through the chaos that happened on Saturday. And she said, well, the only way that they will allow you to verify through the phone or via the video is if there's no appointments available within, I think, a 60-mile radius of where you live.
60 miles.
So I'm like, okay. She like, let me put you on hold and find out if that's the case. So I'm crossing my fingers. I'm in Atlanta, so she checked Atlanta, she checked Smyrna, she checked Rome, and she checked Gainesville. Okay, if you know, you know, whatever. So she was like, well, they don't have any more appointments until at least after 60 days out. So that should qualify you to verify online. Okay, boom. So transfer me. She was like, I just have to transfer you again. Of course. Whatever. So she transferred me again, and I'm on hold this time for like 40 minutes. Guess what? Nobody got on the phone. They hung up. So you already know that's how that is. It's irritating and it pisses you off. So after my deep breath, I call back. And I get another lady on the phone. Now, this lady is not so patient, okay? She sounds like she's just over it. And so I'm telling her the situation again and told her what just previously happened when I just called. And I said, I'm willing to do what I need to do, but I would like to make it make sense, basically, And so she was like, well, there's nothing you can do except for call every day to see if there's an appointment open, because she then, too, did look and see if there was any available.
Call every day to
That's
make an
fucking ridiculous.
appointment to get your fucking money back from the government.
That's fucking stupid.
There's nothing we can do. Call back every day until
Yeah,
we can
no.
find an appointment within 60 miles. So that means it's 60 miles one way, not round trip. In Atlanta, in Georgia.
Look, hold up.
That's ridiculous, dude.
How much did Fannie Willis give Nathan Wade?
Somewhere about $1 million, separated between 3 people. He got 650, and the rest split.
And what were they doing with that money?
Going on vacations.
Y'all voted for it.
You're not wrong.
Available appointments, and of course, it wasn't nowhere around until at least June 21st. That's what she said. So then I told her what the other lady said. I said, well,
Payout still
what
have to happen to
about
come after
me
Trump.
verifying on the phone? And she was like, well, that's not an option. I said, well, can you double check? So she double checked. And long story short, she came back and basically was like, that's not the case. Either you'll have to mail it in. And if you mail in everything that they're asking for, which is your ID, 2 forms of ID, 2 years tax returns, God damn it. I forgot what else she said. It was some shit.
What the
If y'all
fuck?
got the letter, y'all know. So I'm just like, why? In my mind, I'm like, I know it's not y'all rules and I do not want to be difficult. I definitely want to comply. Thank God that I'm not about to get put out next week or nothing, but I did tell them I'm having a hardship because sometimes that puts a little fire under them. But she didn't give it in. She was like, well, that's just it. Or you can call every day. She said, or you can call every day for the next week to see when an appointment is available. Excuse me. Or I said, well, do they have any more walk-ins? I was treading lightly, but I just wanted to know just in case. And so she was like, yeah, they're having another one on May 18th. So we'll see what happens between then and now. Like I said, thank God. God is good. You know, I'm going to continue to work. I'm going to continue to do what I need to do to make sure that stuff is paid. But just think about people that was relying on their taxes or even really needed it to get ahead. Because we all know life is life and we all know stuff is expensive. And it's just crazy that people...
May 18th is the next day they're going to do this whole come back to the IRS, and that whole shenanigans will happen again. Maybe.
Wow.
They called
May
the cop.
18th?
Yeah. A whole month from tomorrow.
Well, that's what they kept doing to you too, putting you months out and months out and months out.
2 years. 2 fucking years they kept putting it off. And then all of a sudden they got a new budget and all of a sudden I got my money. But yeah, I had to keep verifying. It was me. I had to verify what was every time I called, there was a verification. Like I said, and they don't make it easy when you call them. You have to go through all these prompts, finally get somebody. And then when you talk to them, they ask you like you're brand new again. They ask you like you're retelling the entire story again. Right. So it's like they don't care. They don't give a shit.
It's like when you go to the doctor and the doctor, the fourth doctor you see asks you the exact same, like, are you guys not writing this shit down? Is no one right? Is it like, what's happening here?
Hold on. I can tell you actually pretty much what's really kind of going on with that shit. Like, we all know the tax hikes and everything. Think about it this way. How many times have you called like a customer service and you know it's outsourced? Like, you can tell they don't really know what the hell they're talking about
all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So they're doing the same thing and demanding that shit in the budget to upgrade to have, and that was part of the 87,000 IRS agents. There was going to be infrastructure along the way too. That wasn't just for like people on the street kind of things. They wanted a infrastructure behind them, you know, management, phone callers, things like that. They knew that shit was going on. The whole thing, I think that this is tinfoil hat theory with this one.
For what? The next 4 months until it comes true?
Could be. What?
I think that's it. How long does that go? Okay.
Until you cut it.
And then the government said,
I'm going to pump you good.
yes, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, but all right, tinfoil hat theory here. Okay. What if, like, the whole Fannie Willis trial was supposed to be over and done with already, right? Closed book case. That shit was rigged from the very beginning with everything that they were already showing. Like, she supposedly got these plea deals. No, they were diversions. This was, hey, you didn't do a crime. If you don't do any more crime again for
Right.
this amount of time. So you got nothing. You got no convictions unless they break the law again. You got no other convictions on that. So you got nothing in the case. All you got was, like, they were supposed to, like, be hand signed signatures saying what, confessions. Most of them were just one line saying, I'm sorry for what I did. The only one you had that had said anything at all was, I think it was, maybe it was Scott Hall that wrote like a one paragraph, and he's like,
and
"I
Kevin
did this
Nash?
Razor Ramon?
No, I swear to dude,
And Diesel?
like, dude, you do understand there was a guy involved in these trials. His name was David Pecker.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I mean, come on. Well, there was already a Scott Wiener before that. When I heard that, I was like, dude, this is already funny as fuck. I mean,
He was, but no, that wasn't. He was actually flashing his junk to kids.
right? Yeah,
But yeah.
he's fucked up.
I needs to volume it up. Sounds muffled. Okay.
Or turn your gain down a little. But
Here,
yeah,
let's try this.
it's all fuckery. It's all fucking fuckery. And
Well, let's.
well, we all know a guy that does that.
All right.
But-
I set it at 123. Is it better?
It's a little better.
Let's see. Scott set it to 200.
Yeah, I still can't barely hear him.
How many gummies did you have, by the way? You're talking in fucking slow motion today.
I just
He's like
had one.
18.
I just had one.
I just had 1,000 milligram gummy today. So, it's going to be.
No. I mean, yeah, it would be bad if that were a thing. No. But, yeah, what was I saying with the whole tinfoil hat theory? Oh, yeah.
Bend over.
Yeah, the whole Fannie Willis thing, like, that was supposed to be over and done with. Like, they would do all this and then fuck over the American or the people of Atlanta and be like, hey, look, the trial to get Trump to nail his ass to the wall cost this amount of money. Now we got to pay up. Well, you still got to pay up if that shit falls out.
Yeah.
For everything that happened, for that to work out perfectly, even with the government involved saying pull the trigger now on this one, which is why you got that leak of the indictment before it happened. And then they had to go into emergency meetings for their court thing to whatever it is to actually say, yeah, this is valid. They had to
Right.
go through that.
Oh,
After
I
the
know what you're talking
indictment
about.
was
Yeah.
leaked, which was to cover up the fact that Devin Archer had testified. Because that literally that Devin Archer testimony dropped 2 hours later. That indictment dropped, and then they were just like, "Oh no, it was a mistake. We don't know what this is." And then they went into emergency session. Yeah,
This is just, dude.
bills got to come due no matter if
Yeah,
you
but that's-
deliver or not.
Yeah, the bill's got to come due no matter what. And all this stuff, once again, is the government uses us as a fucking unlimited ATM and nobody fucking does anything. We're an unlimited ATM. So if you sue the government, guess who you're suing? Your fucking self.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, when people go, well, you just sue the government. Well, you're just suing yourself. So nothing gets done unless you vote these fucking pieces of shit out.
yeah,
And
and you
that's what
can't
they
even
are,
really
pieces
sue
of
the
shit.
government. It like if you want to sue the government, it's weird. I know people have said it before, but it's like you kind of have to have the permission from the government to sue the government. It's like,
Put it on my
like,
screen real quick.
all
I
right,
used to
yeah.
keep this running for a good long time on my channel.
Oh yeah, good old debt clock. Fucking what's it? Thomas Massey has that debt clock pin that he made.
This is
Mhm.
more accurate. This is actually 50 to $100 billion, give or take, at
Gotcha.
any moment. Do y'all see that? Debt per
Mhm.
citizen. As soon as you pop out of the womb, you owe $102,998.
Yep.
Debt per taxpayer. Okay, you're 18 or older. You're supposed to be a taxpayer. You owe an entire house before you can even buy a house.
What do we add? It's like every 100 days, $1 trillion or something.
Close around
think
to
so.
it.
The fucking gross domestic product isn't even is less than the U.S. debt. The federal income tax is what they collect in federal income tax is its revenue is $4,000 per person. This is fucking ridiculous, dude. This is fucking
Revenue per citizen. They are getting $14,000, $14,249 per citizen. Those are the ones that don't even work as well per citizen.
Mm-hmm.
Pop out of the womb, they're already making $14,249 off of you. Debt per citizen. Out of that they take from you, you owe them $3,864 immediately.
And look at all the spending too. The total federal, state, local spending. They're fucking Jesus. It's a lot.
And y'all can't sit there and tell me this ain't a like. Look, seriously.
But yeah, we
they
need to
just-
keep
I
paying
feel
more
like they just
taxes,
paid
right?
Off, like I feel like that's the thing. Like they just paid some shit off in Georgia because they were sure they were gonna nail Trump to the wall, and then Fannie Willis was taking the money and spending it with Nathan Wade and going on vacations and shit, and she did nothing but charge to that. She made money off of it. She was not ready when the case was brought up. When they said pull the trigger, she was not ready. She didn't even have the indictment done.
Right.
And she'd been working on it for like 2-3 years.
Well, I don't know if you guys know this, but
No.
fuck.
My balls was hot.
Yeah, my balls was hot. That's what happened.
Well,
So-
balls is hot.
So not only are we paying to get fucked, we're now paying to have our constitutional amendment of the First Amendment quelled. Because this, I introduced to you, the new head of NPR.
The number
Oh,
one challenge
geez.
here that we see and is, of course, the First Amendment in the United States is a fairly robust.
Excuse the fuck out of me, bitch. Excuse the fuck out of me.
You commie.
The
Nah, you're
number
good.
one challenge we have is the First Amendment. That's right. You're on National Public Radio. Who pays for National Public Radio? The public.
Right.
No, they don't.
Protection of rights, and that is a protection of rights both for platforms, which I
Who does? What do you mean?
NPR takes government subsidies.
Yeah, that's what I
all
mean.
covered.
The
Yeah,
public.
well, we pay for it, but
Yeah, the
Oh, yeah,
government.
Okay,
we
with
pay
that.
for-
Okay,
Yeah,
that's what.
yeah,
okay.
we pay
but
for
it's
the.
through a government program. But yeah,
Yeah,
I think
it's
is very
government run and funded. They laundered your money to them.
So
which I actually think is very important that platforms have those rights to be able to regulate what kind of content they want on their sites. But it also means that it is a little bit tricky to really address some of the real challenges of where does bad information come from and sort of the influence peddlers
Okay,
who have made
that
a
was
real
her
market
net.
economy around it.
yeah, no, that was her fucking internet telling her to shut the fuck up.
yeah.
But
Even
that's
her
what.
internet's like, you sound.
But once again, nobody's fucking doing anything. Nobody will fucking stop paying their fucking taxes. Nobody will fucking vote these fucking idiots out. Nobody will run and actually try and do something good, because you know why? Everybody's fucking scared of the government, and that's the problem.
Right,
Even
well,
us
like
doing
it-
this right now.
It's like even if like one of us started getting in, which I give Brandon Herrera some credit for running, which who knows if I don't know if he's I don't think he did the runoff yet. But whatever. It's like in this current form of government, even like getting in depends on how many people we got in, what we could really do, because like it's like hard to really make a difference with like how fucked up it is.
Yeah.
And like trying to like really get in there and get shit done. Like that's why it does take a president to just get in there and like start getting rid of sections and saying no to this, no to that, and
Afuera.
afuera.
Yeah,
But,
I mean
yeah.
that dude's been tearing it the fuck up down there.
Yeah, he
I mean,
has been.
Everybody's loving him right now.
Mhm.
So maybe he has a point.
Yeah, I give him some credit. He's not fucking
The
things
chainsaw
up.
shit aside, that was cool as hell. I'll admit that. That was like
Yes.
one badass campaign.
Fuck yeah.
Could
Dude,
you
him and Trump have the two craziest hairs ever in politics, period.
Hey, could you imagine if barbecue made campaign ads like that?
Oh my god.
Yes.
It's in the past. We can deal with it later.
right.
If you are
Oh,
hungry,
man.
just eat your neighbor.
Right.
We are
you
going
should
to
never be you should
we are
never
going
be going hungry. There's food everywhere. Look at Johnny over here. He's food.
Did you see your neighbor run? They're running for fun. They're too sinewy. You see the neighbor who's sitting in his house playing video games. He's good eating.
He's good. Yeah. He's got lots of seasoning and shit in him.
Boil him down, make lard.
Oh shit.
You know at the beluga whale what you can
I
do with
cannot
that.
make voices, but yeah.
But it's, dude, it is getting more and more enraging to see this shit. Once again, don't watch the news. Twitter, fuck it. Go on Twitter. If you don't have a Twitter account, get a Twitter account.
Yeah,
you'll
Unless
see
you like
what-
me and your band.
What the true shit is out there, and get it
but
from the
hold
fucking,
but be careful on Twitter because
Yeah.
look, man, sometimes you like you'll open it up and all of a sudden you see somebody dying.
yeah. I mean, listen,
like it's like god damn.
but you can't. But here's the thing: there is a thing on Twitter where you cannot see not safe for work stuff. You can actually
That's true.
filter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
they
I don't
have
have any of
filters
it.
and everything, but
Yeah,
I don't have
any of that
filters
on.
No,
I don't
no,
either.
I don't either. But you can filter that shit out, which is good too, you know. And you don't have to open it up to see it. It'll show you that it says sensitive and whatnot. And you can read it. Also, make sure you're reading the entire thing. Make sure
Yeah.
there's probably an article in there. You know, make sure there's not too many cuts. You know, but don't listen to the fucking news. The news, local news is all propaganda.
Yeah, it's a
They
bunch of
just tell you
bullshit.
what they want to tell you. I don't care if you know the reporter and the reporter. Oh, this reporter's good. They're doing it for a paycheck.
yeah,
Everybody,
every
even the
damn one of 'em.
police, the reporter, they're all doing it for a paycheck. So they're gonna do what they're told to do. They're not gonna do the right thing. You know, I mean, look at the lady, whatchamacallit, from NBC News. She was just on at one of the House committees the other day, Rich, that they locked her out of all her shit after she did a news report a couple years ago about Joe Biden. They were just like, Matt, you're fired, and then they kept all her fucking shit.
That's
And it's
fucked up.
like, yeah, and they're
Yeah.
like, did you ever have that happen before? And she's like, no, it's never happened before. I've never been locked out of my own files. But what did they do? We own the files. They locked her out of it
Yep.
because they want to hide everything from everybody.
Mhm.
It's I mean,
Well,
it's
hey, how about this? Let's use that. You speak about you talk about hiding things from people.
I was gonna
Check
say
this out.
I think I know where you're going with it. Maybe. 'Cause I had a little segue in mind.
Oh, my bad.
No, go ahead.
I just had Jack that shit.
No, do it.
is it richest thing on the bottom?
Yeah, put it up. There we go.
There you go.
Anybody ever hear about this? Supposedly, this was something huge that came off of the coast of Antarctica, underwater.
Oh yeah, I heard something about this.
Well, check this out. I'm not going to play the sound of anything, but I will say in the dark red areas, at the trough of it is somewhere like 25 meters or so above sea level. Like
It's
that's
fucking
NOAA data. Okay.
It's fucking Godzilla. Godzilla.
Godzilla!
But this shit, check this out. I'm not going to play the sound or anything, but just watch this as it goes along. On the coast
It's
here.
pretty wild.
All right, come on.
You said
Where's
this is
the
a
actual animation of it. Here we
this
go.
is above sea level,
yes.
so this is in the cloud.
25 fucking meters above sea level.
Yeah, I remember 80-foot waves were seen being made by this thing.
Yes, 80-foot fucking waves, right? Look at the way it spreads out. Same thing happened here 6 weeks ago.
Mm.
Looks like a big middle finger at one point.
Yeah.
Just, fuck you guys. Fuck you.
Now,
The underwater aliens coming up being like, fuck
See-
you all.
6 weeks ago, it wasn't like that, right? It was broken down. It was in pieces, right? Look, and then this one is fully fucking formed and then spreads out like a bubble would if it were ejected. Look, you can see the water lines here as it moves along. It's creating the waves behind it as this
Yeah,
moves
that's
along.
crazy.
What was that movie
Now-
with Charlie Day with all those fucking things, those gaijus coming up out of the
Oh,
fucking water? It's one of my fucking favorite, Pacific Rim.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
the
love
movie's
that movie.
cool.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that movie. I
Well-
love big giant robot movies. I really do.
I bring that up to ask you about you guys about this. And Davey, this is gonna hit you like a ton of bricks, brother.
Oh boy.
You remember this story?
So you're gonna... Yeah.
That would be awesome if it was Atlantis. I'd like to have some shit come back.
But
Like-
Atlantis wouldn't move though, would it?
No,
I don't know. I'm so sick of people. I don't even at this point. Fucking Kennedy's walking around with fucking guns ablazing somewhere, killing people in Nigeria. For all I know, right now, I don't believe anything the fucking government tells me. I don't believe anything I've seen with my eyes in the last 20 to 30 years. I don't fucking know, dude. I have no idea.
Well, just to let everybody, you can take that down real quick. I'll just explain it to you. As a matter of fact,
Gotcha.
Control C. I'm gonna put it in the.
That's what I want to do from the lady from NPR. I want to control that C. Anyway,
private chat. If you want to send it out, to
Taste the
everybody,
honey
go ahead.
sauce.
But yeah, in that story right there, they're telling you about how Russia has made a nuclear weapon out of a torpedo. Okay, what this does, it's called the Poseidon torpedo because a nuclear explosion happens underwater. The explosion is contained in a certain direction. Now, the first one that broke apart 6 weeks beforehand was probably a misfire or something went wrong. That one that we just caught was probably another test fire. And
Right,
imagine
and-
what that would do if that were improved upon.
Right.
Y'all want to say Russia's a paper tiger? I think that's what that was.
That does make sense too, with there being one that just happened not too long ago. This one happening again in the way that it seems to disperse. I don't know. It does kind of make sense that it could
But
be
the
that.
second one was more contained.
Right.
the
right.
unmanned underwater vehicle is also referred to as a nuclear. Get the fuck out of here. Nuclear torpedo in Russia
Fucking
media,
ads.
which RII reported as a capable of causing a tsunami when used off the coast of the enemy.
They
Wow.
fire it away, the explosion happens from the back end. Like torpedo hits, the explosion happens behind it. That's how they're causing this because this has to get there a long time before the waves even start to even think of moving.
Yeah.
To create that massive amount of backflow pressure so that the waves actually start forming. That's massive.
Yeah,
Incredible.
that's a that could be a tsunami maker depending on where they hit and shit. And
Mm-hmm.
Also known as Status 6 or Canyon, the state media reported that the torpedo is 20 meters long and 1.8 meters in diameter, weighing in about 100 tons.
Jesus Christ.
Research follows to Sea Power and Missile Defense for the Royal United Services Institute think tank. Euronews next in May 2022 that the weapon could have a range of at least 10,000 kilometers or 6,200 miles.
Jeez.
What are we like 3,200 miles from coast to coast?
Yeah,
Something
roughly
like that?
around that. No, they're 32 to 34, something like that.
So this is almost twice the size of the United States.
That it travels, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking A, man.
They can launch it from fucking Russia or in the international waters off the coast of China or something.
By the way,
Shoot that thing into Antarctica where they did. It would still have the distance and enough power to create that massive explosion that we saw underwater.
Right.
by the way, what country is right by Russia where there used to be enough ice for Russia to get to?
You talking about Alaska?
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, Alaska,
Oh,
the
The one
United
they
fucking
said was
States.
theirs, you better give it up.
So
No, they
wait a
actually
minute.
did. You remember that, don't you?
Yeah, they tried. They just recently
Mhm.
tried. So wait, so you're telling me they could basically go to Alaska and just shoot this missile straight to California without even
Oh, yeah,
fucking batting
easy.
an eye?
Mm-hmm.
They don't even have to leave their fucking water.
No.
They can just fire it from there. And how do you know if a torpedo is incoming? This thing is massive. You could use NOAA radar to actually see, hey, there is some disturbance happening, just like we saw with that, which is why it was pointed out, but it's not going to be as much.
You're just fucking mean.
What do you say? What'd you say?
This man was putting hair product on top of hair product. I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him. She's just being fucking mean. I did not know. By the way, little off topic. When you put gel in your hair, when we all had an exorbitant amount of hair, did you put gel and then the next day, if you didn't shower, did you put gel on top of it?
No, I always showered.
I always showered. Yeah.
I'd shower in the morning and shower at night.
Well, not I, okay? I would shower at least every other day. Sometimes, depending on what I was doing, I'd shower at night. But yeah, I would put gel in one day. Next day, I'd go out and put gel in again, okay?
I'm just gonna re-gel it.
Yeah, I didn't know. And she's like, no wonder your hair's all dried out. I was like, I didn't, because I now use conditioner, leave-in conditioner as my hair product because it works so much better. So I'd wake up and I'd put recondition in the hair, and she's just like, what do you really? And I was like, listen, just like the Mars thing, I'm not kidding about this. Unlike the Mars thing where I'm like, yeah, maybe how long did it take for them to take the props out of Mars? Yeah.
Anyone goes by his scalp as fuck. Look, mine is too. All right. This is all for looks. It's thinning like fuck up there. I'm gonna look like Picard. No, I'm gonna
Jean-Luc
have that
Picard.
kind of hairstyle because I'm still like I got a lot of hair on the sides, right? But
Yeah.
it's turning gray as shit, and everything up here is going away. So I'm gonna have that ring for a while before that falls away. Either that or
Oh,
I'm
I'm
just like Mr. Cohen.
Just buzz it. If you don't go with the bozo ring, just buzz it.
I'm just mine's just kind
I
of
don't know,
thinning,
dude. I
is
would
what
look
mine is doing.
fucked. I'd look like a cancer patient bald.
Cancer patient.
He went fucking East Coast on that one. Look like a cancer patient.
Well, hey.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, listen, it's and by the way, we don't know. The episode is labeled about the border, and we have no fucking idea who's coming across our border.
No,
So
but the main thing, the main thing that we want to get into is kind of well, where I was gonna do a segue is something that's hidden is that shit that Rich wants to talk about a little bit. What did Biden's executive order in 2022? with
Ooh.
federal voter registration.
That wasn't 2022. That was 2021.
Okay, 2021. Yeah.
Yeah. hold on.
Um,
Let me get it.
with
Well,
that in a combo with a few things that's happening with the border and some voting stuff coming up.
How do I turn
Well,
this
I
fucking
mean-
AI shit off?
Yay, illegal aliens.
Well, I mean, listen, they're they're not happy. They're not happy. African immigrants in NYC City Council whine about free food and housing. The food is not good. You give us 2 months to stay at the shelter, and then you have to go out again with your luggage and your kids and find another place. It's very difficult. I'm fucking sorry. Excuse the fuck out of me.
Yeah, what are you guys expecting for us to just hand you
I-
everything? Are you
I thought you were seeking asylum from a war-torn country.
right?
But at the shelter, the
There it
food,
is.
my kids cannot eat the food at the shelter.
ɗo min sonjino moƴƴa par ce que tawi kadi horu gongol a arta e kikiɗe tawa ñamete on a wawatamo ñamude
And on Ramadan time, we couldn't eat because when you come back for the breaks, the food is no good at all.
e koɓe jonata men kon kadi 2 mois a yalta e o 2 mois ɗo timma yalta tawa ko ya ƴettu kadi paykoy koye foppo ƴetta bagage ji ma
Yeah,
yaha
fuck
kadi
you too,
windotoyoɗa.
madam.
ɓe naɓirama kadi nokkugo hara paykoy koye no jangguirde nokkugo ɗum noon
Whoa.
fof no wondani men e sattendi
And they give us
Look,
2 months to
I'm
stay
not
at
trying
the
to be an
shelter,
asshole
and then
here,
you
but you
have
see that dude in the jacket?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was a guy.
Ooh, that and that
Like, I thought
hairline.
that was like
This
a
one?
prop or something, because the dude
Or
with his
this
hair
one
on the
would-
side, like I was saying, I'm gonna have right there.
Yeah.
I didn't even
That's-
notice he
it's-
was there except for his
that's-
face, and it looked like what?
He's got a,
It
He's
looks
got a
his head
fucking
is
runway.
caved in.
Exactly what I was gonna say.
I was
It
looking at
looks
it
like
like,
fucking
wait,
LaGuardia. There's shrubbery on the side and just a fucking runway.
Maybe you're right. Maybe I should just shave my head. I'll go with the cancer patient look.
yeah,
This is your captain speaking. If you look to your left, you will see the Busch Gardens. If you look to your right, you will see Disneyland. What the fuck?
yeah. Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he does. He's got the opposite mohawk. He's got the fucking like the almost Mr. T fucking thing going on.
At first I
Reverse
kind of
T.
not gonna
That's it.
lie.
That's the hairstyle, the reverse T.
Not gonna lie, I kind of thought this was his hair on the sides because you can't really see that much. So I thought maybe
Is
he
that not
dreadlocked
his
this.
hair? I don't.
No,
I-
It's got-
it's fucking. It's April or what is it, May or whatever it is, and
Yeah.
it's fucking 90 degrees, and these dudes are wearing fucking jackets.
Well, this
Look-
also depends on where they're
Ah.
coming from too, because it's still cold as fuck up north.
But yeah, so they're not happy with the conditions. They're coming from war-torn countries seeking asylum, and they're not happy because we don't have Ramadan-approved food.
Yeah.
Then stay the fuck out. Sorry. If you don't like it, go the fuck back. I don't care
Yeah.
where you came from. If you don't like it here, I don't understand. And this is what really pisses me off is I don't understand. You're coming from a war-torn country to America and you're fucking complaining about food? Fuck all the way off. All the fucking way off. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, shit. Well, I wonder how they would have felt if like they came in and it was Trump that was running the show, and he's like, McDonald's for everybody, like how he gave to all the fucking what was it, the Super Bowl?
Yeah, all the Super Bowl. We have Burger King.
Is
Hey.
your assistant perhaps a hot mommy with nice milkers?
Perhaps.
I
Perhaps.
apologize, everybody, but you're gonna suffer with me too.
Mm.
These
Oh.
things are gonna happen. But yeah,
Yeah, there we go.
speaking of nice milkers,
Yeah, let's
Wow.
zoom in on. Can we enhance?
hold on.
Enhance.
yes.
There we go.
Why would I? Okay. But yeah, there
There
was
we
an
go.
executive order that went out on March 7th of 2021. Executive order promoting access to voting. Basically, there's a whole bunch of woke ass bullshit in here, but it's Biden saying that pretty much all but about 5 or 6 federal agencies have the ability to register people to vote. Now, if you have no idea what that looks like, ladies and gentlemen,
Okay.
Social Security Administration weekly data for Help America Vote verification transactions by state, week ending March 23rd, 2024. I got it set for right there for I was looking at something. But I want to go back to this. March 7th of 2021, right? How about we take the data to that point? Let's go a little bit beforehand.
Let's Tarantino this.
February
Let's take it
20th.
back, way back in time.
Where is
Going back in time.
look at Kansas.
Go.
You have to
Oh wait,
switch screens.
I gotta flip it. Look at Kansas.
And what
Okay.
week is this?
Oh, there we go.
February 20th, 2021.
38,000 new registered voters in Kansas.
Well, see, okay, what this says is they were registering you can register to vote with the last 4 digits of your social security number with your name. You don't even have to have ID. If the government can register to vote, what about all those people who have never voted before?
Mm-hmm.
Because why would you check to see if you have voted if you have never voted before?
Right.
So if they can register you to vote and you don't even care, so there would be no reason
Right.
why that should be a thing.
Because there's obviously plenty of people, millions, in fact, that don't even try to vote or register or anything.
Right. Right. 38,000 in 1 week's time. 38,319 registrations were ongoing. 24,370. No, it's this one. 20. So let me see. Check this out. Total matches, single match alive, single match
Yeah,
deceased. Okay, there we go. Total matches out of everything that was registered here by people with names and social security numbers. Total matches was 20,612. Single match, there's only one name and number with that, 24,376. And the ones that they were looking for that tried to register to vote for the first time, 3,236 are dead.
Are fucking dead.
That's
3,000.
Kansas. This is before the executive
Mhm.
order went into place. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Fast forward to the executive order time frame,
Kobe.
which was
Because he's dead.
what was that, March 7th? The next week after. Let's go back to Kansas.
Another 41,000.
That happened week after week after week and did for months on end.
Now I have a question because people are going to say this. Is that the week or is that total from last week? Then now the total is so last week. So there's another 3,000 instead of. So it's 38,000 that week. And then now there's an additional 41,000. So in those 2 weeks, you're saying 70,000 people registered?
Let's put it this way. Let's use, which one is it? It was Texas. Texas was the huge one on this list. 225,132 in a week, right?
Mm-hmm.
4,515 dead. Now, they've been reporting every 2 weeks because March 23rd, they're not on the list. But March 16th, another 227,077 in a 2 weeks time frame.
Damn.
It's not a rolling thing because this just went backwards. That's extra. That's every 2 weeks.
That's
Explain
pretty
that.
crazy.
if it's not the government registering people to vote. Now, again,
Yeah.
tinfoil hat, throw it around. What if they give that to the illegal immigrants that come over here? They want them to give them ID. They want to give them they've even talked about giving them voter rights.
Right.
So what if they
And if
use
they can-
identity fraud to cover up voter fraud? And have
Right, and
these
like, what if
places-
states use, like, if they try to give them a federal ID or whatever, and
Right.
states try to use like their federal ID, saying that that's good enough for them to be able to vote in the federal election. Like, they probably wouldn't be able to do state elections or local shit, but they'd be able to vote in the presidency, you know? That's how I would see used. I mean, especially if they're not going to clean up voter rolls in areas, they're just going to give them, hey, you're this dead person now. Use their shit.
Wait.
Yeah, especially if they've never voted before.
But yeah.
But
I
I'm
wanted to bring that up. 'cause
and think
here's
about what
another
happened.
thing.
And think about what happened last election, where they were just sending everybody vote ballots. And listen, my dad used to work for the post office, so I know the shit that goes on there. Remember when they were sending everybody checks for your whatchamacallit, when everybody was getting those checks from the government, those stimulus checks, while we were all sitting at home?
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
They were sending checks to people who didn't even live at these addresses anymore, and people who were
yeah.
dead. They were sending checks to people who didn't live at that address anymore.
Yep.
So do you think that they will not send ballots to these people? Now, the check is a little different from a ballot, because a check, you kind of has to go through a bank thing and whatnot. But, of course, a check from the government will, they'll give it a little extra scrutiny. Voting, they don't give a fuck. They don't check.
Right.
They don't check signatures. So you can
The
get 4 or
Carrie Lake
5.
trial.
Yeah, you can get 4 or 5 people who used to live at your house and have a ballot. They move to another state. You vote for them in one state. They vote in another state. They're not checking. They don't give a fuck. And tell me they do. I'm going to tell you right now, they don't care. They do not give a shit.
Nope.
No. But I wanted to bring this up to you guys because here's the thing I was noticing. Okay, let's just give full on, just like every swing state goes red. Okay. Worst case scenario for the Democrats.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's an argument that's popping up that okay, so if these illegal immigrants are going to be counted on the census, they're going to give you more power in the House and everything. Wouldn't Texas actually benefit the best with that? Well, of course. But let me ask you a simple question. You give me the ability to vote. I don't even know what it is. I signed some random ass name, but who cares? Whatever. You give me the ability to vote after letting me in and giving me everything that I want. Who am I going to vote for? The person that's giving me everything or the person that wants me to go away?
I don't know. We watched the video where everybody was coming in and say, vote to Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Joe Biden. We like Joe Biden.
That
Joe Biden
muckraker
good.
video.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So they go into blue cities. Blue cities have more control, kind of like New York City has control of all of New York. Kind of like LA and I think it's Sacramento have control of California. You turn blue. Look how that jumped. You only need 270 to win, right? Well, Republicans need to lose 3. I pointed out Kansas because it was right around that time that executive order was going to be signed.
That it jumped up also. That's all I
Gives them
need.
the win.
I
Or-
love. This is my favorite part, though.
What everybody
Look
else
at-
was pointing out, you still win.
Look at all that red, and look at that blue, and you're telling me that one side wins because of the majority vote. It makes no fucking sense. It really doesn't. It makes no sense where
Well,
you can
it
have all
actually
that
does.
red. Well, I mean, yeah, logically it does because there's a lot of the amount of people there.
Right. It's the
But-
density. Well, we all know
Yeah.
it's the density in the
Well,
cities because even whenever you blow up a state like Illinois, or something, it'll mostly be red everywhere except for the
Right.
fucking
Except
cities.
for the big cities.
Can you
yes.
do me a favor,
They
Rich? Can you
have a-
blow that up a little bit more? Can you zoom in a little bit? Because I want to make a point about New York. Go ahead. Go scroll down.
New
Now,
York City.
You see that little tiny go down next to Jersey? That little tiny thing that's right next to Jersey? No, down that little island kind of
Oh,
thing.
that island.
That's New
Yeah.
York City. That's New York City.
Yes.
That's what what holds New York blue. You see all that blue at the top where it says NY? That's all of New York. That is
Yes.
all of New York. That little tiny sliver next to Jersey is what is mainly blue. And
Right.
that's what's fucked. That's
Oh,
what's
look,
really
California
fucked.
lost the fucking seat. Texas gained actually too. I know that I did see that one. Pennsylvania lost a seat too because they used to be 20 last election. New York went down. I think they were 30, weren't they?
I don't even remember.
I don't remember.
But anyway,
But yeah,
it
I just
doesn't
want
matter whether you take it. Well, Texas is going to happen if you get if this is allowed to happen. Expect Texas to actually flip. I guarantee you. And
That'd
then
be
all they would have
crazy.
to do is Kansas or Montana, take your fucking pick, or Missouri, not Montana, Kansas or Missouri, take your pick.
Why?
And you win.
Why? Why
He's
does
like,
it
I
have to be
just-
my states? I just fucking moved here.
Just moved to this bitch.
Telling everybody how great it is out here and stop moving out here. Actually, no, what? No, it sucks out here. Stay there.
Yeah, but you can bring that down for a second. I want to see some. But yeah, I mean, that's if you were a first-time voter, if you've never voted in your life. Okay, say you're in your 30s, you've never voted in your life, you've never done anything, you never even registered one time. First-time registrations. And you're seeing
Mhm.
Texas and Missouri and Kansas doing that much a week or bi-weekly. And of course, you got that executive order that says the federal government can register people to vote.
Right.
Then you want me to keep wanting me to pay taxes? You want me to fucking keep paying taxes for that?
Yeah, I don't think so, homie.
That's what you want us to pay our taxes for? Are you? Yeah. And this is the soy that we're fucking allowing. Oh, oops, not that. This is the soy that we're allowing.
What the fuck?
Okay, hold on. By the numbers. All right, let go of your fingers. Let go. Let go of the wrist. Let go. Let go. Oh, they're twisting it. Let go. They're twisting it for no reason. Let go of the bar.
This reminds me of the media, by the way. This reminds me of the media because if they didn't cut that fucking thing open, you wouldn't see this side. You would not see this side where they're not even doing anything and he's crying about it.
Let go of the bar.
Well, that also means, hold on. That also means that camera, they had to cut open the barrel. They had to cut open this, so he'd been there
Uh-huh.
for a long ass time, knowing what's about to fucking happen.
But watch this man is so onto it. Watch this.
The bar. Come on, let go of the bar. Stop. Let go of the bar. My hand. Let go of the bar.
Stop squeezing my hand.
Let go of the bar. Stop squeezing my hand and twisting it. The rebar is cutting the inside of my hand. Stop prying.
Okay.
Stop prying. Stop. 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 Let go of the rebar. Stop your.
What a retard.
Look how easy that came off.
Holy shit.
Okay.
That was it.
Do you need EMS? It needs to be seen by a medic.
He needs to be seen by a fucking psychologist.
Sir, you able to stand? Okay. Let's extend the legs. Yep, we're gonna
They have
go
continually
9.5.
prioritized Congress. Nature of
Wow. All over a fucking. Oh my God. Wow.
This is the kind of soy we're allowing run our country. Yeah, extremely. It's just, and did you see what happened to O'Hare? People were fucking blocking the road for O'Hare, so people were literally getting out of their cars and walking to the fucking airport.
Yeah, I saw that. I would have been. They haven't done it around here or anything, but if that happens like in front of me, I'm gonna be dragging people off the road. I'm beating somebody's ass.
And nobody does anything.
What is this? Breaking news?
Whistleblower complaint says special prosecutor Jack Smith involved in international extortion scheme. Who's Jack Smith?
The prosecutor for the Trump trial?
Yeah.
Both in Florida and New York. John Francis, whatever the last name, a former employee of the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration, submitted an expansive 118-page complaint through his attorney to the Department of Justice Inspector General Michael Horowitz, detailing numerous allegations of criminal activity alleged committed by Smith prior to his appointment as a special prosecutor in 2 cases against the former President Donald Trump. This document is an official and sworn statement provided to the DOJ under penalty of perjury. That dude, John Francis, informs Horowitz that he has 35
The guy from Girls Gone Wild?
I don't know.
I doubt it.
I mean,
I
don't know.
It would be a comeback story of the century.
That'd be
Hey,
bing,
look,
bing, bing, bing.
that might be his retirement plan. You know, that was his nest egg. He's got 35 years experience. That happened. He did it. I actually wouldn't be surprised if that were a thing. But that dude informs Horowitz that he's 35 years of experience investigating complex international money laundering cases and continues to assist the DOJ Department of Treasury on ongoing cases before outlining the complaint, a vast web of corruption overseen by Smith, who allegedly abused the power of office. Witnesses who provide sworn affidavits say that Smith ran an alleged extortion ring set up with the Kosovo Specialist Chambers, a European Union initiative ratified by Kosovo's parliament in 2016 to prosecute war crimes. What the fuck? I'm gonna have to read that damn document now, ain't I?
Right.
Smith isn't even as an active participant and schemed and extorted millions of dollars in wealthy individual targeting information and prosecution by Kosovo specialist prosecutors. Smith serves as a specialist prosecutor in 2018, whatever, blah, blah, blah. This motherfucker.
No shit. That's pretty wild.
And this is the dude that's prosecuting Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, you notice it was only the cases that he had involvement with, which was the Letitia James and the Judge Cannon one. And it did play over into Georgia because Letitia James and Fannie Willis were talking to each other. But they gagged him and everything that, like, immediately gagged him from Jack Smith's trial. As soon as he said, hey, you know what? If you're going to come after me with this shit, I'm coming after you. And they immediately started gagging him everywhere in these trials. Unless you would follow these trials, you wouldn't know shit about them.
Right.
And there has been some fucked up shit to come out of them. But the dude that's prosecuting Trump ran an extortion ring on Kosovo.
That's crazy. I can't wait to see what happens with that.
All right, you can take that down.
All right.
Sorry about that. I just had to bring that shit
breaking
up for a
news.
Well, I mean, speaking of, and we continuing with the immigrant stuff. This is going on in Chicago also.
That there's a shelter here in Chicago. There is a huge measles outbreak. Can you tell me about that? Also, we heard that a child died inside that shelter.
Yes, so we can start with the little boy who passed away. Rest in peace, Jean Carlos. He was 5 years old. He died of sepsis, and when they did the autopsy, they found that he had 4 communicable viruses in his little body. Now, in this shelter, they currently have 53 confirmed cases of measles. Many of those children were going to Chicago public schools, so now those students who were exposed to them also have to be quarantined. This is a horrible thing. They are just allowing people to come here and they're imposing them on the public. If I was sending my child to a Chicago public school, she had to have a measles shot before she walked in the door. They are not holding them to the same standard. It's almost as if they are a specially protected class. And so what we are going to end up eventually having to do is taking a bus down to Mexico and walking over the border with them, and maybe we can get some special privileges too.
Right.
The way
mean,
she
if you
said it
went-
was funny.
Oh hell yeah.
Maybe we should go to Mexico and then walk back and we get special privileges too.
Yeah,
Which
maybe
a
we
lot
should
of
just
people would
go there, give up our citizenship, come back. We can get whatever we want, get all the benefits, and
Which once again, it's a
Before
joke
any
like
of you pop up my screen or anything. Yeah, I want to get your take on this because I got a theory.
okay. But it's almost it's almost like the joke. Remember when pronouns first started coming around and people were like, well, you know, I'll just identify as an Apache helicopter. And
Yeah.
everybody's like, that's fucking stupid. Nobody would fucking do that. And all of a sudden, everybody wants to be anything they want. You don't put it past people to actually fucking do it. I'm not gonna lie to you. Do not put it past some people to renounce their American citizenship, go down to Mexico, and try to come up the border.
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody eventually tries to do it.
It's so. What do we?
But no. See, they want to replace you any damn way. Hey, look,
Yeah.
the great replacement theory is true. It's not about racism. It's about economics.
It is, yeah.
They don't want you to because they don't want American citizens anymore. They want people from other countries to come in and take over our country, and then and then they get to quote unquote own them.
Yeah, because they
They don't-
just want I mean it's just it
Government
goes
to
back
give
to
them everything.
communism and shit. It's gonna be the god state is the god.
Because
That's how it's gonna be.
Well, because
how they want it to
technically
be.
they don't have to abide by the Constitution. Look at what's going in Chicago. Going on in Chicago,
Yeah.
that they have the rights now. You can come into this country and legally carry a firearm because you're in more danger than an American citizen.
Which is hilarious for an Illinois
An American
judge.
citizen who cannot.
Right, but it's funny for an Illinois judge to say that whatever Illinois is the fucking one of the dumbest fucking states on gun control laws and shit, just has so many. It's fucking ridiculous there.
And-
No, it's not just
next
gun
to- next to
control.
New
You remember
York.
the Safety Act?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, fuck. So they're talking about because it was in one of the things in one of the Senate trials. They were talking about people going to other states buying firearms easily because now all of a sudden I don't know if anybody knows this, but now they've closed the gun show loophole. They have 30 days to apply the law. So if you make your living as a seller of firearms now, no matter what, you have to do a background check, which is a NICS check, which everybody does for the most part.
Yeah.
90% of the guns that are sold go through a NICS check,
Yes.
even at a gun show. Okay. So they're just lying and gaslighting everybody about it. But here's the thing. Why? My question is, why would you go to a state with lax gun laws and then go to a state that doesn't have lax gun laws and commit crimes? Maybe it's because the state with the most gun laws are the lax on every other fucking crime. They don't do it in the state that they buy the gun in because one, they know that that people are most likely going to conceal carry or open carry, so they have no chance. So they go back to the state and they commit the crimes where they know no cash bail. First 48 hours, they don't have to solve the crime within the first 48 hours, which is the most important thing. There was a fucking show named The First 48 because the whole premise of the show is they have the first 48 hours to find out as much information as it can because once 48 hours is passed, it goes cold.
Yeah.
But you're allowing them to have 48 hours to get away with crime and cashless bail, of course they're going to grab the guns from a state with lax gun laws and then go commit the crimes in that state. But they don't. The problem is that they want to commit. They want to keep making more laws and more laws and more laws instead of enforcing the laws that they have, and that's the problem.
Yeah, very true.
So, what would you wanna? Would you want to get our take on?
Okay. So these illegals come in here, right? They're not being tested. They didn't even have to take COVID vaccines.
No. Nope. They wanted your kids to get the COVID vaccine before going to school, but they allowed children of illegal immigrants, illegal aliens.
Illegal.
Now, hold on. Do y'all remember when you went to school, you had to have your measles, mumps, and rubella shot?
Mm-hmm.
That's still a thing. Where are these measles outbreaks coming from?
Right, exactly. From the border. Everyone that's coming over. All these fucking pieces of shit that come in that don't have to get tested for anything, and we know where it's coming from.
Guess what's coming up next?
Rubella.
Measles, mumps, and rubella mRNA vaccine.
Yeah, right. Fuck that. I know. You're right. It probably is.
No, they were already talking about it. They were already you can take that down now. I'm done with that. They were already talking about it.
Time to start pumping people with more mRNA.
I don't understand how people don't get it, dude. And that's why we try to tell you guys these things. And to be honest with you, I really want to go back to older shows and kind of get all the shit that we've said that's come true. Because May's 2 years, man. It's fucking been 2 years since we've been doing this. And we've said a lot of shit, and a lot of this shit has come true. Since the beginning, both of us have been saying this to people all along. And people are just, and now everything is coming to fruition. And it's like, yeah, we fucking told you. Like,
Dude,
I understand.
I got the APS link for that shit. I can't say it on YouTube, but I got the APS link for that shit.
For what?
That certain medical procedure that you were forced to take.
Oh.
You remember that whole thing. We can't say it because it's on YouTube. It'll be struck down quick as shit.
Yeah.
But I had that link together.
Yes, you did. You did. You fucking called it. And I was like, what are you talking about? And you went through the whole entire breakdown of it. Like, I think you spent like 2 hours on this one thing and you broke it down entirely. And in my head, I'm going, I don't fucking understand this, but okay. And you just broke it down and you're fucking 1,000% correct. You were 1,000% correct.
The only thing I had wrong was the method of delivery, which it can't say because it's still on YouTube, but it was cultured with something that is very toxic to human life.
Is that the thing you get if you eat raw chicken?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And bits of that DNA was not taken out of the whole RNA to create the spike vaccine. I cannot say more.
Right.
But let's just say, how does the spike protein still work if the cell is dead?
I don't know. The spike protein? I have no idea.
That was actually in one of the hearings that I heard, that the spike protein does live 123 days after the cell, after death. How is the cell producing a spike protein 123 days after necrosis?
That's crazy. I don't know.
Did either of you know that Charles Barkley had a show on CNN?
No.
They had the Charles Barkley show on CNN.
Obviously, it wasn't that good.
Obviously, it was canceled after one episode because Charles, listen, I like Charles Barkley. I like Charles Barkley. And then
I do to an extent.
I saw this.
So what do you want the show to look like? I want it to be non-political,
just two
But
people.
we'll talk about politics.
We will.
Yeah.
But we don't want to say we're a liberal,
Exactly.
conservative, Republican, Democrat. That's one of the things that's already ruined television in general. And I know she's going to be a straight shooter. You know, I'm going to be a straight shooter. And when we got together for lunch.
So we are not going to be conservative. We're not going to be liberal. We're not going to be demonizing people. 5 minutes later.
5 minutes later.
And you know who embraced it more than anybody else? The black population. It's incredible. You see black people walking around with my mugshot. You know, they do shirts.
When you
Sorry,
heard
my
that,
wife
what did you
just sent
think?
me a funny ass message.
Big sigh.
First of all, I'm just going to say this. If I see a black person walking around with Trump mugshot, I'm going to punch him in the face.
Charles.
I don't, Gail.
Charles.
Gail.
You really can't say that because A, you don't mean that.
I mean that sincerely. I'm going to just tell you something.
And then you will be arrested for assault. And then what?
I'm going to bail
Then what?
myself out and go celebrate.
I'm going to bail myself out and go celebrate. If I see a black person walking around with any Trump swag, then I'm going to assault them. I'm going to hurt them. Charles Barkley is a really big guy. He's an athlete. I mean, presumably, if he really hauled off and punched you in the face, he'd hurt you really badly. So, great. Amazing how quickly it goes from we're going to be non-political. We're not going to talk about politics. We're not going to say we're conservative. We're not going to say we're left to. We want to injure people for wearing the wrong political stripe.
Yep.
Hey, wasn't it Jane Fonda that went on the
View?
Kathleen Hen show and said that she advocated for unaliving?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, unaliving people, and then what's her face? Her co-star of the show was like, she doesn't mean it. She doesn't. That's not what she meant. It's funny how
Remember the Kathy Griffin photo?
oh my god, where she was. Then she went on that the clitorally insane. Yeah, I said it right. The clitorally insane show, and said, "I was only kidding. Me and him known each other. I was making a joke." No, you don't hold up a head of somebody filled with blood and call it a joke.
No.
While everybody else is speaking of murdering the president of the United States at that time. Do we have to run the fucking thing again? Where Johnny Depp asked, when was the last time president of the United States has been murdered? Where people were on MSNBC going, well, you got to just punch him in the face. Nancy Pelosi, I would have punched him in the face. Once again, fucking Cankles, Maxine Waters was sitting there going, I don't know how there's not uprising. If you see somebody in a gasoline station, cut to, what was it, a couple days ago? She got angry and said everybody was racist because they were coming up to her and telling her that they didn't like her policies and they didn't like what she was doing. Meanwhile, a couple years ago, that's what she was advocating for. These people don't listen to what they say. They have somebody writing these things and they just say
I think they listen to what they say. They just don't live by it. They're complete fucking hypocrites.
They're Ron fucking Burgundy. All of them. Go fuck yourself, San Diego. They're all fucking Ron Burgundy. They don't listen. They just read whatever they have on their sheets, and that's it.
Well, that's like Sheila Jackson Lee. You know, she's the one that's on audio saying like, Mr. Pookie there needs to give me my shit. You know, Mr. Dumbass, Mr. Fuck Ass, Mr. Shit Ass, and then she can't figure out how to put on those little the paper ass shades, and then stares off into the sun, and then says, "Y'all pretend like you can see."
Just pretend you can see. Mind you, remember the last solar eclipse when when they were making fun of Trump for looking in the sky,
and he was doing this.
This
Trying to
fucking
catch the
bitch.
edge of the
This
sun like
bitch was
anybody
literally
else.
had it down to her, right under her nose, and she was looking up at the sky at the sun.
She was holding it like this in front of her face, like on her nose, staring off into the sun.
Biz, please tell me, have you seen that clip?
No.
Play it. Fuck it, play it. No, it's ridiculous. And then she's just like, this dude's trying to just like, hey, stop looking at the sun. Stop. What are you doing? You're looking dumb as fuck
Like,
right now.
Hey, retard, what are you doing?
And then she yells, just pretend like you can see it. It's just like, what the fuck? I have to, where is it?
No,
It's
there's no amount of words that can tell you how weak, frail, and pathetic Sheila Jackson Lee looks. Now, this is the same. She comes from Houston, I think it's Houston. She wanted to be the mayor of Houston or something like that. And they shut her the fuck down. Like they said, overwhelmingly voted against her.
Mm-hmm.
And she was on the science committee. She was on the technical committee, kind of things like that. And then, first of all, what was it? I'm trying to buy time for Davey because apparently he can't find this shit.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it.
You remember when she was just like, the moon is made of gas
Mm-hmm.
and the sun is hot? It
Mhm.
was in that same ceremony. Let's see if I
That
can
shit
help
was
you out.
hilarious.
Oh, you
So
got it?
this,
Okay.
yeah.
here we go.
So this was during the solar, lunar, whatever, the eclipse.
She remembered she needed the glasses afterwards. She looks like a goddamn alien.
Dude, fucking moron.
She's staring at it. She's staring at the solar eclipse.
The yellow one is the sun.
The big yellow one, it's the sun. Just put an F and move on, okay?
I'd have been like, dude, just look. You see this speck on the ground here, this piece of blade of grass? You wonder where it came from? Let's go track it down, because we need to leave this bitch alone. Let her do her thing.
She can't put the glasses
Can't even
on.
fucking put the glasses on. Like, are you retarded? What the fuck is happening?
That is fucking dementia.
Just act like you can see.
She
Just act
fucking
like you can
stroked the
see.
fuck out all the way through that and just like, yeah, I can't say shit. I don't know.
Just act like you can see.
Oh my god. Wow.
And these are the people that are representing us. These are the people
Yeah.
that
Hey,
are.
this is your taxpayer dollars at work. Are you happy with this?
I guess we have a taxation with retarded representation. Apparently. It makes sense.
Uh,
But
And this-
hey, look, all I can say is, we're fucked.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, even that argument that I was talking about, earlier. Yeah, Jasmine Crockett took up that argument now about how Texas is going to get more delegates and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So expect that to be the thing. She has a little bit of a social media presence. I heard Cohen talk
Right.
about it first. I knew that was going to be a thing. Ledger Fernandez talked about it, and yeah, Sawtooth. And then I heard Crockett talk about it at the end of a hearing, or, when they're voting, and I'm just like, all right, this is definitely going to be a thing. And she just talked
Mhm.
about it yesterday. So yeah, that's going to be an argument, and it needs to be brought to the attention that this argument is stupid. Number one, number two, all that data from the Social Security Administration, that executive order, that needs to get out there, guys. The federal fucking
Right.
government is actually registering people to vote, and they're looking for states to flip.
Right.
Because, like I said, if you're if you've never voted in your life, why would you check to see if you voted? Well, if you did, it's because the government registered you, gave your information to somebody else. Now, let's say they gave it to the illegal tinfoil hat. Let's say they give it to the illegal immigrant. The illegal immigrant signs the document in their handwriting with your signature. Now, that is an official signature. So you go to register to vote and you're just like, oh, I've already read. I don't know how that registered. Whatever. Cool. I can vote. You go out there, say you get there early, you go vote. And then the illegal votes in your name. Signatures ain't going to match up, are they?
No.
Right.
Yours gets rejected. You don't know why.
And if you don't check, you don't know if yours got rejected. You have to check the website consistently. Like when I lived in Jersey and I went to vote back in, I believe it was 2020. It was 2020. Yeah, it was 2020. They didn't update the fact that I voted for months. For months. I think it was March of 2021 or February of 2021 until I saw where it said who I voted for.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
You can have the federal government voting for itself at this point.
Right.
There is no country anymore.
Doesn't seem like it.
After everything we've seen, there is no country anymore. I hate to be like a black pill kind of situation kind of at the end.
Yeah, but that's like how it's seeming where it's going. I mean, we'll see whenever it comes up to closer to the time, because if this starts becoming a thing, there's going to be an uproar.
well, let's hope.
I hope, yeah.
Let's hope, because like we said, look what happened. I mean, I don't know if you heard today, but one of the police officers that were at the January 6th, it was at January 6th, is going for stating that, where is it? I have the video where this lady who, you know, you can tell which way she leans. That Lisa Millard, she's talking about how here we go. Now you're going to have a shit ton of people upset about this.
Charge used to convict and indict hundreds of January 6 rioters may be thrown out. It's a real possibility after 2 hours of oral arguments at the Supreme Court today.
I
I'm going to
listened
tell
to
you
this whole
all
thing.
about what this means in a second, but first I want to thank my subscribers for voting for this story as the bonus this week. If you want to vote too, make sure you subscribe to my page during my next live event.
Look at the side. I'm ready to throw out the Supreme Court. We need term limits, especially for the Supreme Court.
Or you can always follow these steps and you can subscribe.
You don't like the outcome, you
Okay,
try to
here's what's
rig
going
the
on.
outcome.
The justices heard arguments in the case Fisher versus the United States. Fisher is Joseph Fisher, a former police officer who was indicted on charges of assaulting a federal officer and entering or remaining in a restricted area on January 6th. But he was also charged with obstruction of an official proceeding for his alleged actions on January 6th. That crime carries a punishment of 20 years in prison. That former officer says the Department of Justice used an overly broad interpretation of the law when they charged him with that serious crime of obstruction, and said because he did not take an action with respect to an actual document, record, or object in order to obstruct an official proceeding, he should not be charged with that crime. The thing is, the Justice Department has charged about 330 January 6 defendants with this same obstruction charge. 18 U.S.C. 1512-C, the law has been on the books for decades, and it has two parts. Part 1 talks about the crime of altering, destroying, mutilating, or concealing a record, document, or other object to attempt to do so with the intent to impair the object's integrity or availability for use in an official proceeding. Fisher said he didn't do that, so he should not be charged with that crime. But the Department of Justice says, not so fast. There's more to that statute that Fisher is choosing to ignore. The statute goes on to say, or otherwise obstructs, influences, or impedes any official proceeding or attempts to do so.
Pause.
The DOJ says part.
So Rashida Tlaib is guilty.
Yep.
AOC is guilty.
Yep.
Jamal Bowman is guilty.
Yep.
How many other times did we see people run into the Capitol? Or, I'm sorry, what happened on May 29th, 2020?
I think they try to burn the White House down.
And ladies and gentlemen, what happened in that one?
They called Trump a bitch.
All charges dropped, and DC paid them fucking money for it. Breaking down, because one dude's like, okay, so you say I didn't commit this crime, then why am I being charged for it? and a whole bunch of other people jumped on that. And the big payout was, hey, we're going to pay you for rioting in D.C. All
Mhm.
charges dropped. But yet, ladies and gentlemen, if you were at January 6th, through Stevenson's own testimony, they attacked the barricades 15 to 20 minutes beforehand, just ran up and attacked. They had no chance to even stage an offense for the first fucking barricades. The second barricades is where everybody was gathered around. That was only pierced on the west side. Everything else they were bringing in. That's a
Unbroken
deep
says,
rabbit hole I'm
aren't
not
they
going to.
arguing? Aren't they arguing it wasn't actually an official proceeding? Like the crime they're charged with isn't even the one they should be, or something like that.
Well, okay. With this, yes, because look, I didn't disturb anything, but hey, you interrupted official proceeding because they were counting the vote. Interrupted official proceeding. There are actually, I think it was, God, what was it? Senate on the Judiciary, where, yeah, because that was Jim Jordan that fielded one about Israel and Palestine, where the kids were saying "Free Palestine." They interrupted like 5, 6, 7,000 times. In that, I'm exaggerating, but they interrupted an official proceeding, and all that happened was they were escorted out of the room.
Or if they weren't even there, like the Proud Boys, like the leader of the Proud Boys.
Yes, that motherfucker actually went to jail for having ammo clips in D.C. and then was released on January 5th in FBI custody for the FBI to escort him out of D.C. on January 5th. He wasn't even there.
Mm-hmm.
Part 2 of that statute is a catch-all for all the other actions used to obstruct an official proceeding, other than just tampering with a document or physical piece of evidence. Now, it's going to be up to the justices to decide whether DOJ's interpretation of that law is right, or if Fisher's interpretation is right. If they side with Fisher and say DOJ, used an overly broad interpretation of the law, it's possible those 330 or so January 6 defendants who were similarly charged could see those charges dropped or have their convictions overturned. It's also possible that a few of former President Trump's charges in the federal election interference case being brought by Jack Smith may also be knocked out. Not all, just a few. The justices will issue a ruling in Fisher versus United States in late June.
So, like the guy who's been in jail for 300 and some days and hasn't had a trial yet, or over 3 years without even a trial.
Right.
The government will come for you. The people you pay to do what you want them to do will come for you if you do not do what they deem is right to them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just thought of something. Do you remember the Judge Chutkan case?
Which one was that?
The Chutkan case, the election interference case in New York. We had the E. Jean Carroll twice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. God damn. Like, seriously, this is what we've gone through. We had the E. Jean Carroll thing twice. We had the Georgia thing. Alvin Bragg was the first one to drop, and he's just sitting there saying, just because you made payments adding up to this total, now we're going to arrest you.
Mind you, they were misdemeanor charges upgraded to a felony, where the DA has been dropping felony charges to misdemeanors. Mind you, also, this happened in 2016, 2017, and a misdemeanor is only good for 2 years, and a felony is good for 5 years.
Well, see, here's the thing. This is what just popped out of this fucking case, and everybody called it as soon as the other shit just fell through with Chutkan. They were going to turn this into an election interference case. That is the underlying charge that makes this a felony. No shit. That is the underlying charge that makes it a felony. It is election interference because this is something a story could have come out about Trump that would have changed the election. You mean like the Hunter Biden laptop story?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You mean like the Ashley Biden diary that you arrested 2 people for fucking Russian disinformation?
Right.
Meanwhile, it wasn't. It was Russian disinformation, yet they're arresting people for it.
Right.
I mean, dude, this is spitting image projection shit all over the fucking place. I feel like they knew this whole Hunter Biden shit. Well, of course they knew the whole Hunter Biden shit was coming because the IRS and the FBI were actually looking into Hunter Biden a long ass time ago, and the Secret Service did shut that shit down because he was the son of the vice president of the United States at the time, sit on the board of Burisma. Chase that rabbit hole if you want to. Why are we at war in Ukraine?
And by the way, speaking of more government interference, here's your the U.S. Attorney General. The barista at Starbucks was wearing a surgical mask. Mind you, this was April 11th, 2024, and this motherfucker's still wearing a mask. The barista at Starbucks is wearing a surgical mask. Makes perfect sense. She wanted to protect herself since she is exposed to hundreds of travelers a day. I always carry new individually wrapped N95 masks and N95s and gave her one. She was incredibly grateful.
Yeah.
This is the U.S. Attorney General. If you don't want to wear a mask, it's your prerogative. If you choose to wear a mask, try to use high filtration mask if you can, N95, KF4, and N95. If you don't have access to high quality masks, DM me and I will do my best to help. February 29, 2020. Seriously, people, stop buying masks. They are not effective in preventing public health from catching coronavirus. But if healthcare providers can't get them to care for their sick patients, it puts them in our community at risk.
Yeah, I want to know if that's real, which I would think so.
I'm pretty sure I remember that tweet.
What? Hold on.
From the U.S. Surgeon General from 2020. Yeah. But then, this is once again.
They did that because they wanted you guys not to buy the masks so the people in the healthcare could have the masks.
But this is our U.S. Attorney General out here. Welcome back from your coma. A lot has changed in 4 years, but most of us, the intelligent ones at least, adjust as we gather new information.
Yeah, okay, retard.
And Tommy Chong's thing. Sir, this is 2024. Yes, and somehow you're still triggered by and obsessed with others' choice in mask. This is this U.S. Surgeon General going back and forth with people on Twitter. Just continuously just going after people.
Look, I told you all a long time ago, right? With
they're retarded. Yes.
Well, yes, that too. But I told you all a long time ago with this whole COVID thing, it didn't turn out the way they wanted. But everybody was scared. They saw what they wanted. Now, because of the backlash and everything like that, if something really were to go down, are you going to believe it?
Yeah, I know. That's, yeah.
They kill off a good bit of the population again because people don't believe. And now what do you have left? The people that believe. Because they listened to something that they told was true after they lied straight to your face.
But then again, you have the people who, you'll have some people who do that, who don't believe the boy who cried wolf. But then you have other people who will do the proper research like they did the first time. I'm more scared of Davey having a coronavirus. Shut up.
I mean, you have a point, though.
You have the people who will do their research like they did the first time and know whether or not it's serious or not. Because once again, you have things like X where you can actually see the actual shit going on, not like they were hiding it like they were before. But even when they were hiding it before, you still was able to see through the bullshit after the 2 weeks to stop the spread, and after after months and months went on, when they were just like, because they don't they're not smart enough. The government is really not smart enough to just keep its mouth shut. Because then you get people like Fauci going, yeah, it works. No, it doesn't. Yes, it was. Yes, it does. No, it doesn't. Yes, it does. You got to get this. You got to get that. It's 30%. That's 40%. Now it's 110%. Wear 2 masks. Wear 4 masks. Put your finger in your asshole. And you're like,
I'm sorry,
no.
I just did not expect that one.
Neither was anybody else.
I must have missed that part where I'm supposed to stick my finger in my asshole, but I don't doubt it.
Like, but I mean,
well, remember China was swabbing people's assholes, so
yeah.
Oh, well, you do have a point. That actually did happen. Our U.S. delegates got anal swabs for COVID,
which is hilarious.
Our representatives overseas took it in the ass for the American public. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Look, but I don't even know what to say anymore, fellas. Like, this is just, we all know where this is gonna go, right?
Fingers in the ass. Yeah, we all.
Yeah.
Hey, listen here.
Outsourced oil checking.
Don't tempt me.
No, they were real.
What? What? No. What was that? Mitchell gave me like 6. What?
Her husband gave her 6 anal swabs. He told her the medication was on the tip of his penis, and he had to put it in Miranda.
I just got okay. I was like, wait. Anal, what is happening? Okay, I get you.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much about the end of it. Got anything
right,
else to
Let's go ahead and end it on a good note, though. What kind of good shit we got?
I don't know.
Are you asking me? Are you asking me? Let's see. What can I do? What can I bring up? Let me see. There was a couple good videos that I
put him on the spot and look at him. Look at him. He freezes.
Of course. Listen.
He freezes.
It's not me that's freezing. It's the stupid internet. When I'm trying to get to the fucking.
Blame it on Amanda.
Blame it on Amanda. Let's see. What do we got? Oh, I want dude. This fucking. All right, let's end it on this video. I really would want to know what's going through this dog's mind. I really do.
Where's your master keep his drugs?
Yeah.
Well, you need to Mirandize the dog.
Do I?
Yes, we need to Mirandize the dog. I won't ask you any more questions. I'm sorry. I'm protecting
You have the right.
Tell me how many times you think this dog said the N-word.
17.
No, give him the whole thing. Hold on. I got it. I'm going to do this properly.
I was like on point though.
All right. I need you to listen carefully, okay? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him or her present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any question if you wish. You can't decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand each of these rights? I'll explain them to you. I'm going to take that as a yes.
Notice as soon as he said lawyer, the dog stopped licking. He has the right to
With these rights in mind, do you wish to speak with me?
Fuck no.
Okay. I won't ask you any more questions.
The dog was like, fuck out of here, bro. As soon as he was just like, you go see a lawyer? Nope, I'm not looking at you. Fuck you.
That dog's been through some shit.
Uh-huh.
That dog, he's like, where's the drugs?
Yeah, dog's like, it's like the dog ate it by what he's fucking keeps licking like crazy.
I probably did.
Oh,
no, I
man.
will say we need it. Actually, we need more cops like that.
Yeah,
that was pretty
right.
damn funny. I'll admit that. We need more cops like that just to make some jokes and make us laugh. And
here's the problem is people don't know what a joke is anymore. Everything is serious, and I listen. I do it too. Like I see somebody making a joke about like about something that I take near and dear, and I'm just like, and then I have to like stop myself, like it's a joke. Just fucking relax, dude. Just fucking relax, you know. But it's not a funny joke most of the time because a lot of people who make jokes about the right or people who are on the right aren't funny, are not funny. I mean,
That's coming from somebody who actually hates both sides, and I'm just like, no, fuck you all. But yes, you are correct.
Yeah, it's weird. There was a transgendered person on Kill Tony, and he was just going off about like kids and stuff like that, and it was uncomfortable. Nobody laughed, and he was just like, ha ha ha, ha. And it wasn't funny at all. I was talking about kids and drugs, and it was like, dude, you're not funny. Like, I don't know. If you
have to look that one up. I didn't see that.
Yeah, if you have a good joke, I'll laugh. If it's funny, I'll laugh. But like this dude right here.
Hold on. I got this one for you.
All right.
Anybody here at pronouns? Oh, what's your pronouns? Okay. I respect your pronouns. You got to respect my pronouns. Do you want to know my pronouns are? My pronouns are real. That's my pronouns. Hey, we're going to play make-believe. Let's play make-believe.
I love Triple E.
I agree. Fuck it,
Well,
let's do it.
I mean, speaking of the N-word.
Oh, this is great.
Let's go. Cam Patterson and Tucker Carlson high-fiving. This is
crazy. My grandma hates you, nigga.
She doesn't mean it.
Yeah, the fuck she does. Yeah, she does.
That was great. Oh, dude, I saw that on Instagram, and like there was so many fucking douchebags in the comment section. Like I can't believe how many fucking butthurt fucking gay ass liberals are in the comedy scene that just can't handle shit.
I know. What's the question, babe? What question does Spencer have?
Maybe the one before it.
No, that's from Kelly. What happens to flies on the toilet seat?
Oh, I thought that's what they were referencing. My bad. Okay.
Yeah, like I don't, cause that was fucking hilarious. My grandma hates you. No, she doesn't. Yeah, the fuck she does.
Yeah, the fuck she does.
But it's when it's funny. But if you're just like, well, you know, these kids nowadays, you know, they're growing up so mature, and you know, if they want to get plastic surgery, I mean, look what happened to Amanda Bynes. She got plastic surgery.
That was a good dad joke there. On
really? He's wondering if he can have his. No, not right now. That's not what we're talking about. Really, on the show? That's what you have to ask.
All right. Well, I think we're about to be out of here.
Yeah.
Hey.
All right.
You do your fatherly duty.
Yeah. Not while I'm on the show, though.
All right. Any last things to say?
You ever hear Glenn Beck's wife just write in on the chat and just be like, "Hey, can I go to the grocery store?" Well, Glenn Beck's on his wife just sends him a Twitter. Hey, Glenn, can I go to the store with the kids now? Question mark. No, you don't see that.
So yeah.
No.
But yeah. All right. What's up?
All right. Yeah. Any last thing to say toward the end? You want to plug your show, Rich? Let everyone know where to find you if they haven't seen you on here before.
Yeah. If y'all ain't seen me, look, I stay on Rumble because the rest are just bastards. They really are. I took a hit on YouTube for medical malpractice because I listened to the first Republican debates where they talked about the jab. Apparently, it's still all over the place, but I still took a hit off that. So fuck you, YouTube. I stay on Rumble personally myself, at the same channel, Voice of the People, and we go over like committee hearings and things. Y'all need to listen to what the hell you're supposedly voting for, because this is disturbing. It really is. And the misinformation doesn't come from the media. The misinformation comes from your own damn government. I've pointed out 2 different arguments now, and they both have come true weeks to months later. Y'all check this out. Y'all want to hear the dumbest shit ever? We got games. We make fun of these people as well. Like, seriously, we do. Yeah, but you need to listen to what these guys are saying, because it's disturbing as hell. But yeah, we also have Thursday nights. We have the Off Label podcast with me and Davey. We're gonna probably be bringing that to what, 2 days a week now?
Yeah, starting next month. Starting next month, we will be going 2 days. We'll be doing Tuesday, Thursdays, and I think we're gonna go to 2 days also. So yeah, you're gonna get a lot more of all of us in the near future.
And
so,
one of our friends is gonna come back soon. No. H.
Ah, can't wait. I get to actually talk to her this time instead of having to hard out after an hour, and then my computer not working.
She'll be back as soon as we get everything set up. We got to give her the information. Yeah,
can't wait.
Right on.
To find out what
Hell
that
yeah.
is, you got to follow the Off Label podcast, whether it be on YouTube or Rumble. You might as well go ahead and follow Rumble, because we always have a Rumble only skit.
Yeah,
we'll cut YouTube and follow up with one more story at the end of every live we do.
That's where we get the more juicy stories, where we won't get cut off from YouTube. But you can also find me tomorrow with Rich, Off Labels, 8:30, 9:30, 8:30 East, 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern. Find me Wednesday. Wednesday's Business Party Podcast, like we are here today. And on Sunday, Weekend Hangover at 7 Central, 8 Eastern. We've been actually getting we have to. I don't know how to put this thing on Rumble, because when you're not here, Biz, for some reason we can't get to the Rumble. It won't let us go on Rumble but Sundays have been pretty good. We've gotten decent views on Sundays for Weekend Hangover. So
Weekend Hangover should have been on Rumble last week. That was pretty fucking fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you want to kind of go over it for Off Label tomorrow as well? What we're talking about at the end of that?
Yeah. Well, so tomorrow we'll touch on Civil War. We watched it. Did you see it, Biz? Civil War?
No, not yet.
Watch it. Dude, it's so good. Just take everything you thought from the previews, and that thing you sent me, Rich, that girl's fucking annoying. I'm sorry.
Yes,
she's fucking
she
annoying.
is, but she had a fucking point to make.
She had a point, but it was a 5-minute video she turned into a half hour. But yeah, so
I mean, I listened to only like 5-10 minutes. I was just like, yeah, this is my point, because fuck the rest. But yeah.
Watch it. Anything you thought from the coming attractions for Civil War, take it, throw it out, and put it in the garbage, because it is nothing about what the coming attractions was. For me personally, I love that, because when you watch a coming attraction, they give you the entire movie and you don't have to watch it. But with Civil War, they gave you kind of a misdirection on what it was really about. And I feel that it was a perfect representation of what would happen if we went to a civil war, and it felt real. It felt really real. It was fucked up.
Yeah.
So, Biz?
All right, and besides that, catch me on Stabbing Like OJ, doing my gaming during the week sometimes and on the weekends. And beyond that, we will see you next Wednesday. One more again. Same bad time, same bad channel.
Love you.
Later on. Love y'all.